Oh, oh. Hey, it's 6:30. Let's have a show. Coffee. I have my sign and my tablet. I'm wearing my robe. Light is on. I don't know if anybody's home, but let's do this. And good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, August 28th, 2019. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. I wonder if I still need the sign if the coffee mug has the same graphic. It's an interesting philosophical question. I will deliberate this at some point. So, plans for the weekend are forming. I have piles of things. Bought some more stuff last night. Discovered that my plan to sleep in the front seat, the passenger seat of the car, is not going to work. At least, not if I lay the seat all the way down. I wonder if it works if I keep it up more, more like sleeping in a chair. I'm gonna have to try that. See, I'm used to having a much larger vehicle. Since up until very recently, I had a Toyota 4Runner. I had two of them. And I could move things around and put the seats down and lay down in the back and have plenty of space. It does not work with my little tiny Mazda 3. So I can fit all the stuff that I need. That's not an issue. But where my body is physically going is tough. Last night I was cursing having this car versus my 4Runner. I miss my 4Runner. I miss both of them. I don't miss the bill at the pump. Yesterday I filled up with gas and it cost me $24. It was great. It's fantastic. But there are plenty of things I miss about that car. So it's gonna be interesting to see how I do first cup Monday and probably Tuesday from the road. No, I'm not gonna wear a robe. I'm not gonna bring this mug. I'm gonna have to get up early and find a Dunkin' Donuts and do it from the parking lot. Maybe a Starbucks. We'll see. Coffee is good. It's very good. What else going on? So yesterday, recorded 2 episodes. Recorded episodes with, good morning, Stacy. Thank you. Stacy's wishing me a happy road trip. Still prepping. Got a couple things I gotta work out today. I'll talk about that more in a minute. So yesterday, recorded an episode in the morning with someone who most of you will know. Not by name, maybe, but probably not by voice, but by face. And that's the only hint I'm going to give you. In the afternoon, I recorded a second episode with someone who some of you will know, but this person is not as well known yet. I see big things for this guy. It's a guy. I'll tell you, it's a guy. I see big things for this person. And looking forward to watching those things unfold. So, yeah. Those will be out over the next 2 weeks. What else did I do yesterday? Did a good deed for a senior resident in the area. She was having some computer troubles. And helped her out. And other than that, got through some work. Drank some coffee, cleaned the house. Tuesdays are tough. Tuesdays are tough because it's a day I'm tied to the house because of episode recording. And there's just a ton of little stuff going on right now. Lots of little projects that have to get done before I leave. So I've been doing a bunch of those. Good morning, Jordan. Jordan's already been on the road for 2 hours. It's crazy. Have a good day yourself. So this road trip's going to be fun. There's some personal things happening, some family things, but the heart of it is taking photos. I love taking photos, and I've got some spots picked out, some spots that I know about. I have some ideas for some other spots I may go, but bottom line, I'm just going to see where things take me. You know, I'm looking forward to just going around, doing my thing, not having much to worry about. Bring some food, and I've got this, it's funny, I have this stove that I've never used. Not a camp stove, but it plugs into the 12 volt, the cigarette lighter. It's crazy. Take your food, wrap it up in foil, put it in there, cook it. I'm not a big fan of aluminum foil. It's not the best thing to put on your food, but to cook a couple meals that way, why not? So I can pop into the grocery store and grab some fish and some vegetables and make some foil packets and put them in and drive, and in theory I have food when I get there. I don't know. I've never used it before. Might be terrible. Might be not useful at all. It might make my car smell like fish. I just consider that might be something that I need to look into before using. And the reason that I like this idea, the reason that this is what I've settled on for my vacation, is that so much of my life is complex. I plan things out to a T. If you saw my calendar, I've showed my calendar on the air before. It's awful. I arrange everything, otherwise I forget things. So to have something far more open, where I just have to go and do whatever I want, that really appeals to me. Nobody to answer to, no calendar, no appointments. I mean, to be honest, I'm going to be driving near tons of people that I know, lots of friends. I'm not even telling them. And it's not because I don't love them dearly, and not because I don't want to spend time with them, but because the moment you get other people involved, now you have to worry about schedules and calendars, and that's what I need to not do. So if any of you watching this happen to see my car whiz by your house or something, don't take it personally. I'm talking to nobody about this. So, yeah. We got some questions that I'll go over in a moment. If you want to ask me a question, drop it below, and I'll answer it on the next episode, which would be tomorrow. All right, question 1. How familiar are you with Taoism? I read the book of the Tao of Pooh, but it's been a while. The Tao of Pooh, the Day of Piglet. Those are, I don't know if I'm going to say classic or famous, but those are at least mildly popular philosophy books. So how familiar am I with Taoism? Not. How familiar are you with Confucianism? Even less familiar. There's no Confucianism of Eeyore book. Maybe there should be. Confucianism of Eeyore. Somebody could write the third one. What about Asian history? How familiar am I with Asian history? Some of the high points. I mean, I've read some stuff, and in school was exposed to some stuff, things about Genghis Khan and the Mongols, and the spread of that empire, and the Great Wall. I know Stacey says, I always wanted the Qing of Eeyore. Like the I Ching? Like that book? I have bits of Asian history, and it's funny now that I'm saying that, because I know I like history, and I know a bunch of history, but Asian history not so much. I mean, in the car a lot. Maybe there's a good audiobook on Asian history. You know who does wonderful books and who does a fantastic job reading them, and I just re-downloaded them, and they're going to be a big part of what I listen to in the car, is Bill Bryson. If any of you out there know who Bill Bryson is, the author, he is phenomenal and does a great job of being both entertaining and educational. And his preeminent book is A Walk in the Woods, about his time on the Appalachian Trail. And if my life was slightly different, this trip would be me walking the Appalachian Trail. And I'm kind of aiming for that kind of a vibe, you know, staying minimal, just kind of going along, doing my thing. But instead of being on the Appalachian Trail, I'll have a car packed with a bunch of camera gear, and I'll be sleeping in the back seat instead of a tent. I think one of the things that's important about this trip is that I've always been a very independent and a very introverted, kind of self-reflecting person. And I think I am still pretty introverted. I mean, I live in a house in the woods by myself. And I need a lot of that alone time to recharge. Well, over the last few years, I haven't had a lot of that. And I value people, and I enjoy personal connections, and I like having conversations with people. And I definitely need less alone time. I need more time with people than I used to. But I think that that's what I like about being in the car. It's just me. Things are simpler. When you're in the car, there's only so much you can do. You can drive, and you can listen to the radio or music or an audiobook or whatever. That's about it. There's something simple about it. And I suspect that's part of the appeal for some people to be long-haul truckers. You get in a truck, and you drive. You stop and you get gas and you get food. You get back in the truck and you drive. And I'm not saying that driving a truck is easy. And I'm not saying it's trivial in any way. But there's a romantic element in there for the simplicity. Simple is not easy. Please don't think I'm criticizing anything. A lot of you may not know, I was a philosophy major in college. So the Confucianism, Taoism questions are still kind of rattling around in the back of my head. And a lot of philosophers wrote on subjects like simplicity and being present. And we talk a lot about that in martial arts, about being present when you're doing forms or if you meditate as part of your training. The ability to stay present with what you're doing is very important. The only moment you can affect is the present one, the current moment. As soon as I'm done with this moment, it's gone, and the moments coming in the future aren't here yet. So stay aware of what's going on in front of me is pretty important. It's something that I took from reading about Buddhism. I'm certainly not a Buddhist. But I have a great deal of respect for Buddhism, and I relate to a lot of the things that I've read about Buddhism and from the Dalai Lama's teachings. Years ago, I saw the Dalai Lama speak in Central Park in New York. It was pretty powerful. 10,000 people, all just really, really chill. It was probably the most relaxed I've ever seen anything in New York City. It's nice. So, I think we're going to make that homework for today. Try to be aware of your awareness. Try to stay present through your day. And probably not the whole day. Because if you're new to it, it's exhausting. It's something I struggle with. I think it's something even the people who are good at it probably struggle with. Because there's so much conditioning and so much stimulus trying to distract us. So maybe just find a moment. You know when a good time to practice being present is while you're eating. A lot of times we eat while we drive, or we eat quickly to get back to something. You can have a cup of coffee and be hyper aware of that coffee. How does the mug feel on your lips? How does the coffee feel in your mouth? How does it taste? How does it smell? How does it feel going down your throat? These are all elements to staying present. I can't be completely present because I'm talking to you, but I think you get the idea. For me, as I'm more present, I find that a lot of stuff doesn't matter as much. The little stuff just doesn't matter as much. And I think that's a good thing. Focus on what matters. So there's your homework. I'm going to go be present with my cup of coffee. But don't forget, we do the show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. But you can catch it later at firstcupwithjeremy.com or in your podcast feed. If you want to ask me a question, drop it below or email it in, jeremy@whistlekick.com. And don't forget all the stuff we got at whistlekick.com. Lots of stuff. Lots of projects we do, lots of things in the store. You can get this mug in the store. So, I hope you have a good day. I'm going to go get ready for mine. Take care. Thanks for watching. Peace.